So,
Hey there,
hi.
it's Fiona here from I Respect Online, and I'm sitting here with Lawrence from Bonema. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it right again.
So, my name is Lawrence Bonema from
Right.
Bonema Inc.
That's it. Okay. So the reason we connected through the Connections crew, which I'm part of for social media marketing world, and we have an amazing app called Hoover. And within that app, there's been a lot of conversations happening. And something that was posted was this amazingly beautiful graphic notes. And we started having a conversation and decided to catch up here so that we can show you exactly what he does. And it's beautiful work. Do you want to give us a little bit of background how you got into starting this sort of graphic work?
Yeah, the thing is, I actually sort of always took these kinds of notes, and I was taught not to because in school they tell you, like, no, don't doodle. And then after years of not doodling, I rebelled though by writing really neatly.
Yeah.
So that was my doodling. And then I think it was way into my 20s,
Yeah.
which is a while back. I saw this video, it's probably way into my 30s, come to think of it. But I saw this video by Rachel Smith from the Grove Consultants, and that really struck a chord with me.
Yeah.
Because she explains how she had the same thing with the doodling in school and being taught not to do that and pay
Yeah.
attention. And I used to pay attention by doodling. And as it turns out, the science shows that that's the best way to pay attention for most people.
Yeah, really good for your brain, all that stuff.
Plus, it's just a ton of fun to doodle while you take notes.
Yeah.
So having learned that that's actually helps focus, I started experimenting with that more and more. Got the book, because yes, there's actually a book for this called the SketchNote Handbook by a guy named Mike Rohde. He's the one who coined the term sketchnoting.
Right.
And read the book, I thought, well, those are the horrible mind maps that I'm making that are not real mind maps.
Yeah, right.
They turn out to be really awesome sketch notes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So then I thought, just own it
Yep.
and openly start doing sketchnoting, which is what
Awesome.
I'm doing now.
Beautiful. So what we're going to do is have a little demo and see exactly how a sketch note happens. And I'm hoping I learned something here.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to swing come around and get going. Okay, so let's go.
So, first, just as an example, for those of you who want to know, this is just a notebook.
Look how beautiful this work is. Like, I'm going to actually zoom around this way a little bit just so you can see. This is all hand drawn, guys, and hand coloured. And I've just about poked Lawrence in the face with my tripod, but that's all right because that's what we like, raw, real video, right?
Exactly. Well, the microphone has got to go somewhere anyway. So, and then this was the next talk, and I missed the keynote.
Oh, no.
So that's coming up. And then I had a talk by Dan Schur.
See, just to explain, do you do this on the fly, like as they're speaking, or writing these
Yes.
little points down?
Yeah, the trick with the sketch notes is it's all about ideas, not about art. So what I
Right.
do is essentially I take notes. I've been doing this for a while though, so I embellish them a little more. But as you can see, it's essentially not that complex an image with just my handwriting. And
Which is very nice
no,
handwriting.
just my handwriting, I've been told, is kind of nice.
You could turn that into a font. Yeah.
So there's that. And actually I have.
Oh, there you go. Sell
But
it.
that said,
Yeah.
the idea is to keep it really simple. So people always come up to me and ask, what do I need? And it's a pen and paper.
Right.
It's really that simple. And why not a pencil? Because the pencil, you can redo stuff.
Okay.
So the whole trick here is to get it right or wrong at the first go, and then just accept the flaws.
Right, okay.
The flaws are flossing, so it's accept,
Awesome.
accept that they're there. And if they're really big, you just decide to draw something really big and black.
do
all
you
over it.
have to be good at drawing? Because you're pretty good at drawing.
That's what you say. However, when you start comparing, there's always someone better. So
Yeah.
for me, when I compare myself to other graphic recorders or sketchnoters, they're so much better than I am.
Right.
So the main thing is, just as they're teaching here at Social Media Marketing World, don't compare yourself with others.
Yeah, good point.
Nobody can take notes like you can.
Yeah, okay.
And the beauty here is, these are my notes. I can't really draw people and faces and stuff like that, so I don't really draw faces.
Yeah.
It's the solution.
But they're really cute though.
And it's essentially stick figures on steroids what I do,
Yeah.
plus icons.
And almost logo tattoo like here. Yeah.
I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's really lovely.
But the essence is I just use a marker for some color and a fine liner to draw. Currently I prefer these kinds of markers. But that's just I like to
They're
tinker
like a
with stuff.
fine point kind of thing.
Yeah, essentially there's I think any regular fine liner will do.
Yeah.
But honestly, whatever pen you prefer to write with is probably the right pen for you. It doesn't have to be expensive, it doesn't have to be cheap. Just the one you have and the one that you like to write with, that's the one you use.
Yeah.
And then the trick is to only use that pen, maybe a different thickness. So I prefer an 8 point and a 3 point.
Yeah.
And that's mainly because the 5 point is the regular one. So that's what everybody will be used to when they're seeing a fine liner. So I take one below and one up, and then it immediately looks more awesome or different.
Yeah.
So how do you get a line that thick? Well, I used a thicker pen. It's
Right.
that hard.
That's simple. Yeah.
And then the other thing is, when I first got started, and it's actually the pro tip I think for people wanting to get into this, I bought like a whole set of all kinds of different colors. I went to this art supply store.
Yeah.
And that, as awesome as it is really not necessary.
Yeah.
Because I still have that set. It's been drying out for ages. What I end up using is just 2 fine liners and maybe a gray color and then a light and a darker color, and that's it. Usually in the same spectrum even. So light blue and dark blue and gray, maybe some yellow. So in total, I'm lugging around usually about 6 pens.
Cool.
Which is kind of easy.
Yeah. All right, so let's have a look. I'm just going to push this down again for you here.
Yeah,
we were having a chat too about how, I'm going to come around here.
Uh-huh.
Stick my head in here a little bit. I'm not sure if we're in shot or not, but if we duck down here, we should be. We were just having a chat too about how valuable this might be for kids that are studying. So if you've got a child who, really struggles with taking notes, this is a really engaging way and worth catching up and following up. We'll put the contact details down at the end of this so that if you want to learn more about sketchnoting, we can get you in touch and see what we can do for you. Yeah?
Awesome. Yep.
Okay, let's get on with it.
Uh-huh. So, we were going to do a demo.
Yeah, here we go.
So,
A demo on notes for if you're going to sketch note.
yeah, exactly. So, this is going to be a little bit meta, I think.
Yeah,
so, let's just quickly draw my type of stick figure. And actually, like most people in this field, I've just copied the style from someone else. This is how Holger Niels Pohl draws his
Copy it and make
figures.
it better. That's what they say.
Well, make it myself. He
Yeah.
actually draws them a little bit better than, in my opinion. However, I like to keep it really simple, so it's just stick figures on steroids, but with some body, right? So the arms are still stick figure-y because they're easy to draw. And they have potato hands and potato feet because hands and feet are really difficult to draw, so I can't draw that at speed. Sometimes, like now, I draw in a smile, but most of my people don't even have mouths. They're just looking at something or carrying something.
Yeah.
And in this case, this is all about the demo. And what you see me do here is create a sort of square letter. And what I do here, and this is the trick, my regular handwriting is honestly pretty neat.
Yep.
Now, the trick to get your handwriting neat is to consciously write twice as slow.
Okay.
So if I were to write faster, which I prefer not to do,
Yeah.
I get this nice doctor's handwriting, or at least close to it. And what I do is I write, like, for most people, uncomfortably slow.
Okay.
And because I do that, I get to draw the letters, and that makes them more beautiful. So that's what I do here as well with the demo. Now, this is a sketchnoting demo, so let's get the word sketchnoting above that.
So if you were taking it during a session, you'd be forced to write a little faster? Is that what you're saying? Or you can take the time to you sort of take on board those main points and then embellish after? Yeah.
That's the beauty. You can essentially, I never embellish after, but that's, for me, it's a sport.
Yeah.
I want to be done when the talk is done.
This is so cute already, guys.
The only thing I want to do
bring this down
is
so they can
when I'm
see.
done, and let's say that this is done.
Bringing that down so they can have a quick look. There we go.
The only thing I want to do then is maybe add some color. And I do that. That's why I have these brush tip things.
They're nice, yeah.
I do them really quickly. And I'm not like overthinking this.
Yeah.
And just by adding these kinds of touches, yellow there is probably not a good color.
Oops.
Oh yeah. You can make that really, really quick.
I hope that's not me having an accident.
Exactly. Well, anyway, sketchnoting demo. Ink all over. I color after, not during, so that I can focus on doing the note taking. And now the beauty of taking notes really slowly like this, is that at first you freak out because you think people are talking at this speed and oh my god, they're really, really, really taking. It's hard to keep up.
That you'll miss a point.
And you'll miss a point. And in reality, most people, most speakers, even professional ones, they repeat themselves 6 times, or at least 3, which means that if it's important, they'll repeat it.
Yeah.
And you learn that when you are not capable of taking notes fast, because you'll learn to trust that. Also, I take notes for a whole hour on 1 page.
Right.
So essentially I have a summary of whatever's being talked about or whatever book I read or whatever YouTube video I watched on 1 page. I do this for courses, for books, for, well, anything really. Also for meetings. And doing it like this makes you remember much more. So when I'm in a meeting and I take notes like this, I remember everything for a month at least.
That's awesome. Okay.
So from an educational perspective, it's definitely a thing to look into.
Yeah, definitely.
So don't teach your kids to not doodle.
Yeah. Keep that drawing up. The doodles
it'll really
are good.
help them in the long run.
Creativity is important.
So plus, if they're really good, they get to meet Fiona. So the main things is, you can essentially draw anything. This is just basic drawing class. If you know how to draw a circle and a square and a triangle, which most people can pull off.
Yeah.
Everything you see around you is based on these shapes. Now, without making this into an arts class, the other trick that you can do is everything looks more awesome if you add some shade, which you can do by just lightly adding some color to the side. It immediately pops more.
Yeah.
So that's what I use a ton.
And
actually, that's all there's. Oh, they got the other thing, of course, being the writing slowly. It helps if you have a bit of a steady hand. And now there is no shame in putting like lined paper under this, so that like magic, everything is really straight.
That'd be my thing. I write on an angle all the time.
That's what I'm saying. It's just there's no such thing as cheating here. It's your notes.
Do you use these as like dot points down the line or something? Is that instead of writing number 1, 2, 3?
Yeah,
or?
actually, well, as I did in this sketch note here, I can do just 1, 2, 3 in regular bullet points, but also like this, bullets that I then fill in with little color so they pop more.
Have you got a trick for knowing what the most relevant point is when you're listening to a session and that you're taking things down, or is it just what resonates with you that you tend to write? Or is it every time they say...
I tend to write down what resonates with me because it's my notes, so I listen for my reason.
Yes. Yeah.
But that said, almost everything that is really important is being repeated quite, not just frequently, but right after. So most important points, the key takeaways are always repeated.
And at the end, usually again,
at the end again, so then you can look, did I get all of them?
Yeah.
But that's not even really important, because even if they're like 5 key takeaways, but 3 are really important, you'll notice that in the presentation. And what sketchnoting allows me to do is pay such close attention that I can usually spot flaws in the structure earlier than the presenter realizes that he's running out of time, for example.
Okay, yeah.
We had that here for at least one of the speakers.
Yeah, occasionally it does happen.
And that's normal, because you're giving a talk, right?
Yeah.
And it's very stressful.
Yeah, or if they have a little technical hiccup that
and I'm just
them
taking
back,
the notes, which is extremely relaxing to me. The only stress that you do have is, how do I fit everything on the paper? Because I want to be done in an hour, so I don't want to do more.
And you want to keep it on one sheet.
Yeah, so there's a neat little trick for that. Mentally, I never do this with like I'm going to do it now to make it really visible. Let's get a darker color going there to make it really visible. Mentally, I divide the page like this. Most talks are an hour. Every 15 minutes, I go to another square.
Ah, right.
That makes it look really composed. Alternatively, and that's why I've been experimenting here with Social Media Marketing World, let's take another color still. You can also just divide it into 4 sections that go like so more of a newspaper column distribution. Usually somewhere here I do the speaker or whatever is the main topic, and then I just go every few minutes, take another square.
Right.
And in this case, this allows for a little bit more fine-grained, but there's a danger there. Here, you can see the last bit. I was like, I could write something there just to fill the space, but there really wasn't more to write down.
Okay.
And the beauty is, these are just my notes. So
doesn't matter.
There's a little empty space.
Yeah.
I think that's the essence
of
sketchnoting.
It's
really just taking notes in your regular handwriting, doing it a little bit slower so that it's more beautiful, and then combine it with images, and just the ones that you're able to draw now.
Right. Okay. Easy. Beautiful. Well, thanks for that. Let's pick that back up.
Like what you needed, or because for me, I've never done this like this.
Yeah, that's fine. So, guys, if you're interested, we'll put up the details where you can contact Lawrence, and you can give them some more information on this.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Thanks so much for listening. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.